The promotion of cycling and hiking tourism organized by the Hungarian Tourism Agency continues with a joint program supported by the local governments of Zalakaros and Nagykanizsa. As a side note to the popular Tour de Zalakaros mass cycling event, representatives of several prestigious international cycling magazines and the Hungarian media got a taste of why it's worthwhile to visit and ride the roads and trails of Zalakaros and Mur River region. Journalists arrive on the 15th of June, Friday, from Germany, Italy, France, Britain and Romania, representing the top cycling magazines, for whom the Túrórudi, a popular Hungarian store snack, was not the only highlight of the program. As guests of the Zalakaros thermal spa, the visitors first had a chance to relax and recover from road fatigue.
Zalakaros a gyógyfürdőjéről híres, illetve
Zalakaros is renowned for its thermal spa, which not only help in treating various illnesses, but is also a family-friendly place.
Rengeteg élménnyel várunk szeretettel.
Ferenc Jankovic has been organizing the Tour de Zalakaros in this holiday resort town for many years, which today is one of Hungary's most prestigious cycling mass sports events. This event is also quite important for the Zalakaros municipality, since the participants outnumber the population of this small town. These cyclists not only rove the roads of Zala and Mura during the event, but most of them also spend a long weekend in the area, which some treat as a family getaway. This event has a special role in the life of the Mur region, where more than 3,000 cyclists and their accompanying families gather to take part and spend 3 or maybe 4 days to explore and enjoy the area. Based on the traditions of the international cycling granfondo competitions, the Tour de Zalakaros has also welcomed world-famous star guests. The winner of all 3 professional cycling tournaments, as well as the Italian Road Championship title, the Italian Andrea Tafi, joined the event for the second time around, while his countryman, the 2-time Giro d'Italia winner Gilberto Simoni, had his first ever visit to Zalakaros. They both took part in the 137-kilometer race on Sunday. Tafi, bellying his age, managed to turn the clock back by riding in the head group for the entire event, repeatedly initiating attacks for victory. Gilberto Simoni was reported to have ridden his slowest 30-kilometer on a bike while accompanying the local and foreign journalists on Saturday, but he clearly did not regret the special ride. As they crossed Kis-Balaton, the small section of Lake Balaton near Keszthely Bay, famous for its extraordinary wildlife and scenery, they had a chance to experience some interesting sights along this beautiful cycle route. Departing from Zalakaros, the cyclists' first stop was at the Buffalo Reserve in Kápolnapuszta. The participants were more than surprised by seeing a crowd of buffaloes, suddenly feeling like they were riding in Africa. The animal reserve gives home to many different species of animals. For example, we have the largest colony of specially protected ground squirrels in Zala country. Due to its vicinity to the Kis-Balaton, the reserve is the nesting place of a multitude of rare bird species. The safari experience did not end at the Buffalo Reserve. The cycling tour proceeded along the Kányavári Island, which has a rare open-air site in Kis-Balaton, where the visitor can visually survey the rare species of protected animals. This beautiful natural environment is also a very popular destination for family excursions, where visitors can not only see the mentioned animals, but also see some special aquatic plants and weeds. On the way from Kányavári Island to Zalavár, one of the cyclists in the group was lucky enough to have a 2-time Giro winner helping him repair an unwelcome puncture in order for the small team to swiftly continue their journey toward the Kányavári Vineyard in Zalaszabar. The vineyard belonging to Zoltán Szabarics looks over the picturesque Kis-Balaton Nature Conservation Area, where the name of this program, the study tour, truly fulfills its meaning. Or to give it a different title, discover the Hungarian Tuscany with Gilberto Simoni and Andrea Tafi. Light sparkling wine was served to remind the visitors of the Italian flavors accompanied by local food specialties. The fish soup prepared using fresh steak from Lake Balaton had unrivaled success among the group of cyclists, just like the strudel with cottage cheese, cherry and apple filling topped off with fine wine from the estate. The team took a small detour to the nearby adventure park where children with heart conditions have a chance to enjoy the summer holiday. The park is open to visitors. Once inside, Gilberto Simoni took the saddle once more, others favored slides and even faster games. It's fantastic to see so many sites within 10 kilometers of Zalakaros. On the way back to the lodgings, the cyclists passed Garabonc, where the group arrived at a mill that once belonged to Paulist monks. It's a unique attraction as the watermill is still fully functioning. Attila Szabadics even managed to start the wheel. Though the mill is only for display, the full grinding process can be seen, which proved to be a great experience for the foreigner guests as well as the locals. Although more and more people are discovering the mostly unspoiled natural environment of this region, it's still important for local governments to organize study tours. It would be difficult to find a better way to experience the local vineyards and the rare natural sights of this region than by bicycle. The Mura program puts a lot of emphasis on improving the cycling and hiking infrastructure so visitors may enjoy more and more pleasant experiences rolling about these wonderful landscapes within the next few years. This was one of the topics addressed by State Secretary Péter Cseresznyés, representing the Ministry of Innovation and Technology at the press conference in Lipcsė-Szentadorján.
Együttműködve cégekkel, főként gazdaság.
In close cooperation with private companies, we can establish new cycling routes, also resulting in other large-scale touristic investments. If the visitors make a trip to the ancient beaches of Tormafölde, they can experience a number of such designated bicycle ways, and thanks to the infrastructure development program, they are also high quality, much better than when they served as agricultural roads.
Gazdasági célból, hanem kerékpározás céljából is.
Muraföld is characterized by very low vehicle turnover, which also makes it an ideal destination for cyclists. Moreover, tackling the multitude of grapevine hills could become quite a sporting challenge. During the last 2 days of the study tour, the group started out from the RideHard guest house in Lipcsė-Szentadorján to discover the Murafölde region, the area between Nagykanizsa and the western borderline of Hungary. In recent years, the shedding of oil resources led to the general impoverishment of the inhabitants, hence the Mura program aims to boost the economy of the region by developing tourism, especially cycle touring and agriculture. Dozens of kilometers of new bicycle roads have been built in recent years, and over 100 kilometers of bicycle routes have been marked out by the existing road network. The Murafölde region is rich in natural resources, therefore the Mura program plans to establish 5 or 6 tourist centers like the one the group visited in Lipcsė-Szentadorján, especially designed for hikers and cyclists. During the first day around Murafölde, not encountering any motorized traffic, the cyclists rode along a minor road lined with ancient beaches to Tormafölde, followed by a steep ramp to a fig tree plantation. It was clearly worth the effort, partly for the view, but also to enjoy tables of fine snacks and kind hospitality.
A füge is, ahogy a szőlő, nagyon kiválóan érzi.
The fig thankfully likes this area, and we use no pesticide in its cultivation. The producer is now large enough that we can not only serve our guests with locally prepared fig jam, but also offer other food products like dried figs and even brandy.
Amikek jelenjenek még belőle, akár a pálinka.
We are very proud to have all this here in Tormafölde.
Gyümölcsként egy nagyon nagy dolog, hogy ez itt Tormaföldén megtalálható.
The next stop was Szécsi-sziget at another watermill. This time no grain was ground, nevertheless the renovated building houses a small museum. On the second floor of the mill in Szécsi-sziget, there's a photo collection from which it is evident that there were once over 60 similar watermills in the area. By seeing the photo collection, the visitors can see relics of these old buildings. On the mill's top floor, there is a guest house.
Vendégház működik.
There were many delicious gastronomic treats for the experienced journalists during the cycle tour, one of which was the lavender syrup prepared at the plantation in Iklót-Bödrőce, accompanied by similarly flavored biscuits. We would like to protect this environment by having a bioplantation culture, which we cultivate mostly by hand and some small machinery. On the last day of the study tour, the group headed towards Nagykanizsa, overcoming the hardest climb of the Tour de Zalakaros at Bőrzönce. One of the most memorable stages of the tour was a 7 határ goat farm in Magyarszerdahely, where the participants had a chance to taste an assortment of food specialties all made from goat's milk. goat's cheese was merely the appetizer, followed by the famous potato dödölle prepared and served by Aunt Irma in the garden of the Kendli-major artist colony in Kisrecse. The visitors then had the opportunity to carve souvenirs by hand or could simply relax with a few pints of beer.
Most volt a 26. művészszerepünk ebbe az évbe.
This is the 26th year we organized the camp. It just ended last week with great success. We had 33 artists from 14 countries who spent every minute in the artist colony, not even wanting to leave to take excursions.
Őket, tehát ragaszkodnak ez a helyhez.
On the final day, the group visited some sparsely populated areas and also rode around the countryside of the former oil industry center Nagykanizsa. One of the country's best mountain bikes can be found next to the boating lake near Nagykanizsa, as well as a public bike sharing system and other sports facilities such as kayaking.
Aki erre jár, mindenképpen érdemes ellátogatni.
It is worth visiting the sport and recreation complex, especially for someone who wishes to do some physical training.
Az edzés oldaláról szeretném megközelíteni, arra is kiváló.
Although the journalists were off their bikes, the program was far from over. The visit to the city of Nagykanizsa was concluded by a cafe stop on the main square of the city where an official from the local government greeted the team before the evening meal. The representatives of major cycling nations left the program enriched by the experience and vowed to return to acquaint themselves with other regions of our country.
So we're here in Western Hungary with RideHard, taking part in the tour of Zalakaros, which is a really tough tour, tough race, a granfondo, quite flat, but like a Belgian classic, very steep hills and quite a long distance. Really good event.